So that if you lose all of your wealth in the stock market, if you lose all your wealth in the bond market, if you lose all your wealth in the crypto market, but it's actually the top 6, and I'll show you why. First of all, it's for diversification.
What if everything you thought about Bitcoin and gold was wrong? The financial system is shifting, and the choice between Bitcoin and gold could mean the difference between protecting your wealth or losing everything. Is Bitcoin truly the future, or just a dangerous illusion? Lynette Zang reveals the shocking truth before it's too late.
People are trying to put gold and Bitcoin in the same basket. They don't belong in the same basket. And I'm going to show you why. But we've got to start out with a little bit of a lesson, which is on money and how they make these transitions. So originally we had the gold and silver coins. They're commodity based, so they're physical gold and silver. They store energy, so it takes work and effort to pull them out of the ground, and all that energy, and then that is stored in the coins, and then afterwards used in every single sector of the global economy. So it stores energy rather than just uses it up. It requires fiscal responsibility. When a currency is actually backed and convertible into the gold, the public has the tool to hold those that are on fire, has the tool to hold their toes to the fire. You control it. You hold it. You own it outright. It's private. It's invisible. It's got 5,000 or more years worth of history on protecting people's wealth through inflations, hyperinflations, deflations, political crisis, global unrest, etc. And it performs 4 functions. It is a medium of exchange, a tool of measure, a short-term store of value so that you're fairly paid for your current labor, and a long-term store of value so that no matter when you use that money, it still retains that level of purchasing power, so you are always fairly paid for your label. 4 functions, 4 basic functions of money. Then they transitioned us into what? A Federal Reserve note. Okay, Federal Reserve note. And what's that? Well, that's a government fiat money by decree. It is debt-based. It allows fiscal irresponsibility, as you see with the debt layers in this country alone, above $35 trillion and climbing, plus all of the garbage products that they can create from that. It is in their control. If they want to regulate the rate and speed of inflation, they do it through interest rates, and they just print more and more and more of this, which reduces the purchasing power value of everything that's already out there. You still have privacy, because if I'm holding a bill, that is invisible to those that are in power. And it has 100 or so year life cycle, so much shorter life cycle. And we are at the end of this current experiment. And it eliminates one of those functions, which is the long-term store of value. I'm sure every single person watching this knows that if all you do is save those dollars, that the purchasing power, you can buy less and less and less with them over time. That's what erodes your purchasing power. So when they shifted us from the real sound money with 4 functions, now the Federal Reserve note has 3 functions, and they want to take us into a digital currency, a CBDC, and or Bitcoin. And my personal belief, since I've studied currency life cycles since 1987, my personal belief is that Bitcoin is a Trojan horse to get adoption, to make it easy to make this transition. So this is programmable fiat money. We don't really know clearly quite yet what will justify creating it. Debt was created from the Federal Reserve note, right? But it does allow for fiscal irresponsibility, and it uses up both energy and water, which are 2 critical elements that we all need to retain a reasonable standard of living. It is completely in their control because it is programmable. So you aren't going to write the code. Those that are in power, or those that create these new cryptocurrencies, they write the code. And let me tell you, I don't need to be an engineer or anything to understand physical gold and silver. That's easy peasy. We've got a long track record. But I do need to be a specific kind of engineer to understand cryptocurrencies. So when they're really, really complicated, I don't know. Do you think maybe there might be something in there that might not be in your best interest? I can't look at that. I don't know. But additionally, what they're going for is to reduce it down to 2 functions. So it's just a tool of measure and a medium of exchange. No longer will it be a long-term or even a short-term store of value, because according to the central banks, they say that once we have that CBDC, because right now, these dollars, they don't pay you interest, they don't charge you interest, but in the programmable money, they can. And so they can have their finger on the economic button 24/7. And if you are not spending money fast enough, because it's a consumer-driven economy, that very well could be what they're going to base creation of this stuff from. There are no limitations to how low they can push interest rates, which actually means there are no limitations on how quickly they can attack your principal, because they've already gotten all your purchasing power. So we go from 4 functions of money to 3 functions of money down to 2 functions of money. You have to decide if that's okay with you. It's not okay with me, because I understand it really well. And that's why every single portfolio needs to have a sound money foundation in your possession outside of the system to protect your purchasing power, be a proper diversifier for whatever fiat money products you're going to hold, including cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. But it benefits those that are in power, the governments and the central banks, to support the CBDCs. And so we're seeing this big push, the electronic money standard, and the possibility of a 0 inflation target, because that is how they are going to sell it to us. This is what they're saying. Hey, you give us a CBDC and we promise you there won't be any more inflation. No, there'll be deflation, because they're going to attack your principal. I'm not giving it to them lightly. And I hope that there's enough of us that can come together in global community, have this movement, this sound money movement, and prevent them from being able to have complete control over us, because that's what they're talking about. Now, this are some of the top 5 reasons why advisors recommend gold and cryptocurrencies, and you can read Bitcoin. But it's actually the top 6, and I'll show you why. First of all, it's for diversification, right? And you can see whether it's gold, 49% are saying you need to hold gold to diversify your portfolio. I think that number is higher in my opinion. I think everybody needs to have a portfolio in gold for proper diversification. Gold and silver, sound money foundation. But yeah, cryptocurrencies, I can see it for diversification. Also, this is tangible versus intangible. Okay, that is a huge difference. In this one, in the diversification in the crypto, it's crypto versus fiat money versus this stuff. Okay, that's the diversification. I don't know. What do you think? I would rather have everything diversified, and so gold fills that role. Cryptocurrencies do not fill that. Cryptocurrencies are, including Bitcoin, are speculatory transitional assets. So what that really means is that gold and Bitcoin perform 2 different functions. You want to speculate on Bitcoin or any of the cryptocurrencies, take your pick. Go ahead. Just make sure that you're properly diversified and that you have enough gold so that if you lose all of your wealth in the stock market, if you lose all your wealth in the bond market, if you lose all your wealth in the crypto market, you've got that gold that will make up those losses. It's not rocket science, it's just proper diversification.
Gold or Bitcoin? Two assets, two narratives, but only one ultimate safe haven. Now that you've seen the key differences, which side are you on? Let us know in the comments. If you found this breakdown valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss Lynette Zang's insights on protecting your wealth. The future is unfolding. Stay informed, stay prepared.